So I had shown, I started videotaping my garden when we planted it, and I'm a beginning gardener, so, some things are great, some things are not. We have yet to eat anything out of here except for over here, lettuce. Some really good lettuce growing over there, a couple different types of green leaf. And this row is carrots. Only half the row is growing for some reason. Then we have right there beets, a whole row of beets. This end is doing much better than that end. And then this row right here is supposed to be chili peppers. I have yet to see any fruiting. Not even sure if those are actually the chili pepper plants. I think they are. Hopefully they are, because I weeded out everything else, and hopefully I did not get rid of the chili pepper plants and left these weeds. And then this row, right here, is all endive. These next few rows are all supposed to be squash. Now, again, I'm a beginning gardener. I think these are all squash plants. I'm letting them go. I weeded out a lot of what I thought was just garbage weeds. Hopefully I did not weed out my squash plants. These have yet to produce anything, so we'll see. Then this row right here is cucumbers, and I'm not sure what kind of cucumber that one in the middle is right there. It looks totally different than my other cucumber plants. And then on the other end of this I have peas. Not sure that I'm going to get any of those. Then this whole row right here is tomatoes. I started with cherry tomatoes, and the other end is regular tomato plants. And then corn. So, yeah, my corn, I planted 2 rows. Apparently I should have planted another row between them and another row to the right, and then 4 rows of corn that close together would have pollinated each other. But I didn't do that, so I had to I shook these little things. Where are they? Like right there. There were some little things hanging down on this first one, and I took them and shook them and put them inside the silk of that, because I was watching a video that said tiny little, it's not actually the little seed you see on there, the pollinating stuff is actually like microscopic. So I shook it into my hand, and then I shook it into this silk, because apparently each one of these little silk hairs leads to a kernel of corn, and if it doesn't get pollinated, you don't get a good kernel of corn there. So I did that the other day, and we will see. I'll have to do that to each one of these apparently, which is fine. I don't mind. And we'll see what we get. Now I'll go to my other garden and show you that one now. Okay, so this is my raised bed. When I first planted it, my husband made it for me. He did a great job with it, and I didn't have the heart to tell him that it was way too wide for me to be able to get to the center things. So he put these boards, one on this end, one on that end, and then I have this board, and I have to use it like a balance beam to get to the middle, which is fine. It works. So before I put the fence up, I had planted all the seeds, and the very next morning I come out and I'm going to put the fence up. But my dog had already run through it like it was his own private sandbox and dug a bunch of holes, and so I did not replant anything because I thought, well, we'll just wait and see what grows. So I'm getting a ton of radishes, all this whole row Right here are radishes. I've already eaten some. They're huge. They're like bigger than golf balls, which is great because normally my radishes come out looking like long tubers. I did not get any. This very edge here I had planted chives and I didn't get any chives there. And then this row, right here, these plants right here, this is bok choy. So I've been eating and harvesting the bok choy from that end before it gets too big, but I let the rest of it grow, and it's all those little things there. If you can see, those are all seed pods. And once they turn like a tannish opaque brown, they're dry enough to open up and let the seeds, hopefully they'll be dark brown. That means they're dried out enough. So you put them on a piece of paper and you let them finish drying out for about a week, and then you can save them for next year to plant. Same thing with the arugula right here. This is arugula with the white flowers, and it has seed pods as well. I'll do the same thing. Then I had 2 rows of beets, which you can see some of them. Something's eating one of the leaves there. And then I have cabbage, and I believe that is a cabbage. But again, my dog had run through everything, so it's very scattered. This is broccoli. There's another one right there. Hopefully I get some broccoli this year. Last year my broccoli plants were ginormous, but I did not get any broccoli heads. And I have kale all along there. I've been eating kale in my salad pretty much every day, sometimes sauteed, because with thyroid issues, you have to be a little careful on some raw veggies like kale. And then I planted 3 rows of spinach because I just love spinach in all different ways. And then this last row is supposed to be Swiss chard, and I'm not thinking I'm going to get any Swiss chard out of it. But this end of the raised bed is the one my dog really had a party in. So it's kind of a crapshoot of what's coming up and what's not. So next year I will definitely put the fence up as soon as I plant everything. So that's my raised bed. So we'll see what happens, and I'll keep you posted. So like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can get my videos as I post them. Thanks for watching.